Okay. All right. I figured it out. I know. I didn't go to sleep. I'm going to delete the other video because I followed this other guy's sketch for Toe's. This guy named Toe. He's on like the Discord. And he also posted up a code for the Thermocouple to be installed on cafe-nets.de. You know, a pretty simple code to add in like a thermocouple, and it works really well. I was trying to put it in, and I tried this other guy's code and did it differently. So basically, I'll just wrap it up real quick. For some reason, the other code decided to do. They wanted to handle the 5V and the ground connected to. Let's see what pins he wanted to. It's kind of weird why he did that. Well, I don't know if it's the right way to do it, but he wanted to put pin 8 and pin 9. So pin 8 for ground, pin 9 for for 5 volt. When you can easily just hook it up to the 5 volt and ground to the board itself, and it's probably safer. Because what I ended up having was it blew out my other board. So I'm just going to go ahead and assume that it was the bad code, because there's this guy, he goes by name Toe, but it's Touch C that he goes by the name of in the forum, and he wrote this code, and he's been using it to run his exhaust thermocouple to do exhaust temp readings. So something I've been wanting to do too. I'm just busy with everything else, but I got it working. I figured it out. I just didn't want to like post up the instructions and not have a good video building it. So right now, for this build, you will need this thermocouple, Max 6675 thermocouple, also known as HW550. You will also need an Arduino Nano, Leonard Nano R3, any of the Atmega processor ones should work just fine. And of course you need a thermocouple, which is this thing right over here. You hook it up to here. I assuming that the red is positive and the blue is negative. Who knows? If you're not getting the right reading, flip them over. Should be fine. So now that we got that done, I'm going to go ahead and show you how it's kind of connected. So let me pull up this the Skywiki thermocouple mod page that I just put up, just to show you how you can install it. So let's go ahead and I'll show that capture screen. Good. All right, here you go. So Nano HW550. Let me open up that screen a little bit bigger. The HW550, the jumper cable wires, and a USB cable for the Nano. One thing you need to do in Arduino is you have to install the Max 667 library. So if you were to go here, let's go take a peek at Arduino IDE. You go to Tools, Manage Libraries, and all you need to do is look up Max 6675. Don't download this guy, the Robert Tillman one. Download the one from Adafruit. Seems to work better. I got it working now. So download this one. You just hit install, and it does all the installs and everything, and then all you got to do is copy and paste this code right into here. After that, you just copy the code from here to this part, and then upload it. So let's pretend like I'm gonna upload this sucker, which I am. I'm just gonna just reinsert it as the code. So, or not reinsert as the code, but reinsert the board. So COM4, I plugged it in, plugged the Nano in, and then I plugged the cable pretty much into here, right? Then I'm gonna flash the firmware. So be mindful of which Arduino you have and whatever the instructions are. Sometimes they'll tell you to like go to Tools, go to Processor after selecting like the Arduino Nano. So you might see this screen when it might come up as unknown. Hit here, and if you have Arduino Nano, look up Arduino Nano, put it in the COM port, hit OK. After that, depending on which one you have, the instructions that come with your Nano will either tell you to use the 328P or the old bootloader. Some of them use the old ones, some of them the new ones. I don't know which one uses the old ones still, but there's a new one, and all you got to do next is click upload. You can be a good person and try to hit verify to make sure you're putting in the right files and everything's okay, but you can just hit upload. I'll upload, it'll say uploading, and then it'll be done uploading. If it doesn't sit done uploading in like a few seconds, then it's the wrong bootloader method or whatever. So you have to go to the new one or the old one. Just change out whichever one you had on before. Then after that, that should be all loaded up. If you want to be extra special and see if it's really working, you could do serial monitor and input read. Right here, it tells you these are the basically the numbers that communicates from the roaster to the TC4. So this is a TC4 protocol. Just these numbers sending back and forth to each other. The Artisan will say read, and then the roaster will send out these digits, and they all have like certain meanings, like 19.25, 16.43 are obviously the temperatures, and then 1 bytes is that last one is a checksum, and I think one of these, I think this 2 is OT1, which should be the heater, and then OT2, which is the fan. I could be wrong, but it's one of those. So after you do that, yeah, so anyways, if you put read, it should, bounce back and forth. Not back and forth, but it just gave me the temperature readings. And this is basically what it's doing with Artisan. It's just Artisan's putting out read to roaster, sending this information back, and then it updates it on Artisan. Anyways, you don't need to really know that. Next thing you do, all right, so now let's go pull up the instructions. I was using ChatGPT to lay out the instructions for me because I'm a little lazy. All right, look up on the screen. All right, now we're going to go to the wiring. So we installed the library. Now it's step 3, wiring. Thermocouple, pin SCK, pin CS, and SO. So on this board, let's move that to the side. On this board, you will see those letters. It'll be on the silk screen right here, and it'll say like VCC, which is power, ground, which is black usually, or just and then SCK. And there's the 3 pins you'll mostly see is SCK, SC, and SO. So now you just got to match those numbers with this. So get a little closer. I don't know if we'll focus. Focus, damn you. Well, you just gotta believe me that on the silk screen it says these like 3 values. SCK, so this one at the left is SCK, middle is CS, and the last one on the right is SO. So now what you want to do is just kind of match those pins that go onto the Arduino. So it says SCK goes to pin 7, all right? Pin 7 is over here, D7. So D7 is green, put it right there. Blue wire is CS. CS is 6. Middle pin right there. And then SO wire is 5. You can see the 4 here. This is D5 right in there. And that's how you hook that up. Next, you still need to power up the thermocouple. So what you need to do is put it on the 5 volt. Oop. Shit. There you go. Let's do it again. So SCK is green, that goes onto 7. SO, or no, and then the CS is blue, and that goes into 6. And then SO is purple, and that goes into 5. So 5, 6, 7. And then you still have to power the thermocouple board. So what you do is you get the 5V that takes 5 volts and you hook it up to right here. This pin right here. Oh, not that pin, that's ground. This one right here, the yellow one. And 5 volt is right in there. And then the ground is right here, right next to the VIN, voltage in. Don't have to worry about that one. Just hook it up to 5 volt because you know you'll get 5 volts right out of there. And then ground right in there. And that's a common ground with everything, so it should work that way. Next thing you do, plug that, all those wires, you plug this wire, the 3 wire. That was the one that connects the, pretty much just all you need is ground and these 2 data wires from the USB cable that go into the roaster. And you can hear that too. And I put it all right in here. I should change this VCC and I'm going to put 5V because it's 5V. Why do you need to add 5cc? Well, the VCC, but that's neither here nor there. Ground to max 6675 ground, and then oh, never mind. That's right. Arduino 5V to the max 6675 VCC. Correct. Arduino ground to max 6675 ground. Okay. So ignore what I said about there. This is correct. And SCK7, SCK. You just got to match those 2 pins in there. So this here, 6 and 5. Okay. So let's do that again. Sorry, I keep clicking on the other monitor, but I should show you in here. So basically you just follow these pins, this pin out right here, and then the roaster control lines are still pin TX pin 3 and RX pin 2. Okay, and I believe green is 2, white is 3. I need to remember this. I do this all the freaking time. Green is 3. No, see, I did it again. Green is 2, white is 3. Green is 2, so this is green, white is 3. All right, and once that's all connected, let's go check out Artisan. So now Artisan's all hooked up. You know that it's COM4 port because you saw I do an Arduino IDE, but if you can't find it, or if you brought it to another port, just you know, leave it unplugged first. Look at what COM ports are in there now. Plug it in. COM10. All right, make sure these are the same baud rate, bit size 8, parity 9, and stop bits 1, and then timeout is 0.8. Hit OK. So now usually when you set this up with the regular .aset file, this channel will usually just say none. You only have like the bean channel. What you want to do, open that up, set it to 1. Hit OK. Now hit OK again. Now we hit on. And there it goes. I'm going to turn off the drum. And how you can tell that it's working, let me make this a little smaller. Right there. 19.5 is the environmental temperature and 60.9 is the mean temperature. Values are different because oh, I should put this in Celsius mode. Hold on. Celsius mode. Now we're at the correct temperatures. Perfect. Wondering why the numbers are off. Numbers are off because it was in Fahrenheit mode. And then we turn off the drum. So when it's in Fahrenheit mode, it will automatically change the BT number, the bean temperature number into like Fahrenheit. But I also noticed that it left ET as in Celsius. So now the numbers look a lot better. Anyways, after that, you can tell like the bean temperature and ET. So there's 2 numbers now. Both are different, not the same, so they're obviously 2 different things. what you want to do now is kind of figure out which one's which. So you can warm one of them up with your hand, and if it increases in temperature, that's obviously the thermocouple. So got the thermocouple right here. Bring it down there. So we'll see BT and ET right there. So I'm just going to warm it up with my hand. It's at 26. See how the temperature's rising a little bit. 27, 28, 29, there. And 30. So we know that that's the thermocouple. So now you're thinking like, okay, what if I want the thermocouple to be the beam temperature probe? Oh, that's easy. So we'll go ahead and we'll hit off. Let me bring this back up. We'll go ahead, hit off, go to Tools, Device, switch, swap these. So you make ET channel 2, BT channel 1. Hit OK, hit on. Oh, sorry. Then hit on. There you go. Oh, I should have flipped them. I don't know why it didn't work. Let's turn that off. Now I gotta play the guessing game. I thought that's how you switch the BT and ET. Nope. Beam temperature 1. About that. T1? Let's see if that works. I'm just guessing at this point. I thought that's how you flipped it up. Switched beam temperature to ET. So let's do 2. I'm doing this wrong somewhere. Was it beam channel 2 to T2? Let's see if that works. So if I do 2 and I do 1 here, I feel like that should flip it over. It doesn't. So if I do, it's kind of weird how this is set up. If I do T6, does that work? Did I do anything? Yeah, I did some. Oh, I did something. Now, if I go not port. If I go device and I switch these two now, will that work? Oh, what if I put ET to 3 and then BT to 2? feel like maybe this goes to 3 and then ET goes to 2. Let's see, how would I swap? Maybe I could just swap the LCDs. I could swap them. Well, shit, there's one way of doing it. Oh, no, wait, I just swapped the... Yeah, no, that's stupid. What if I bring it to 3 and then bring that to 4? Will I do anything? What if they're both 4? It keeps wanting to put NTC as the bean control temperature. I'm just trying to figure out how to swap them. What for both 3s? Not do anything? I don't know if that's not doing anything. I don't know. I'm just guessing at this point, to be honest with you. I'll have to figure this out some other time. But on the plus side, if we get the setting up right, if you go to device, we'll just set these both to 1 to 2, whatever. Whatever I do, it's going to keep showing up ET on one side and BT on the other. Alright, so there you go. ET's right there, bean temperature's right here. So that's how you have that thermocouple. I put the instructions online, I'll leave the video up, and that should be good. But if you have any questions or concerns, or if you know how to like swap these two, let me know. I'd love to know. I would love to know, because I have no idea how to swap these two. I thought I did have an idea, but it's not working. Okay, I need to stop. I'm gonna be up all night if I do this. But let me know how it works for you. And I'm on Discord a lot, so if you have any questions or concerns, let me know. If you have any issues, also, these are all modifications. As you could tell, these things could easily destroy your unit. You never know. So, everything's at your own risk. I can't really be held liable, right? I'm just kind of showing you how this is, and this is how that's kind of set up, and the other people showed me how it's kind of set up. So, but just know that things are prone to go sideways. So, if you want to do these mods, understand there's an inherent risk that you will damage whatever electronic items you have. But at the same token, it's okay if you're purchasing, these cheapy boards, not an original Arduino that's $20. These are like $2 knockoffs. They're like a dime a dozen. So, with that being said, just be careful. Don't try to burn yourself. Don't try to blow yourself up. It's just coffee, right? Don't try to burn your house down, and just be safe. But check the Discord, and I'll see what we can do to help you with anything else. And big shout out to this guy Tao, TOU. He goes by like that in Discord. Big shout out. Thank you for the code. Thank you for telling us how you set up the exhaust. I'm kind of excited for the next build to put an exhaust probe in the temps, or exhaust probe in the exhaust pipe in the back, and measure all that. Because environmental temperatures for near or infrared roaster is kind of useless, right? It's more of like a convection thing. It'd make more sense. I mean, people could argue that it's great to, I don't know, ensure that the roaster is warm enough. I don't know. I feel like it's more of a convection temperature, or even a conductive like temperature reading. That'd be more important for them versus radiant heat that goes directly to the bean. At least at the exhaust probe, we know the amount of heat and probably energy that was used or whatever. You can make assumptions. And I'm just curious to see what that looks like heat-wise after you hit first crack. Does it have an increase in temperature? Decrease in temperature? Can you kind of detect what happens at the exhaust? If you could detect what temperature is at the exhaust, can you detect first crack? I don't know. But that'd be cool things to look out for, okay? But other than that, I'll stop rambling. I can't believe I did this for another 30 minutes. I did exactly 30 minutes. I made it shorter than the first one. I'm going to delete the first video because that was doo-doo. Anyways, have any questions, let me